Hello and welcome to the YouTube Nerds at Night show. As you can see from the screen here, we're going to be doing Lego Star Wars The Force Unleashed. As usual, I'm Kid Thunder DJ.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, sorry. That would be, you know what? Force Unleashed Lego game, do it now.
Right.
Because that might actually make that game palpable if it was, all that dark, gritty, supposedly hard edge stuff, but it's all Legos.
That'd be fun.
I'm in. Force Awakens. As usual, I'm Kid Thunder DJ.
And Fire 47.
All right, and let's see if we can go 2 for 2 for recordings with him. For those who listen to the actual podcast, he sounded clear and legible.
And finally got the software right.
Well, yeah, and some of it is you weren't mumbling. So let's remember, vocal. I've been teaching him the same vocal lessons I learned in chorus of talk out, not in. So let's see if he keeps it up, folks. Anyway. This is obviously, because we're PS4 people here, this is the PS4 version of the game. Some interesting notes. I have found that the Wii U version, which we bought for our children, or my children, I guess I should say, but apparently sucks because we've been having issues with stability and gameplay.
It might be a multiplayer issue, causing just too much stress on the system, but this seems like it's too new of a game to.
Yeah, there was
hardware.
I did a little bit of research, and there are more people having that problem than not. You yourself, did you see if it had another update today, like I asked you to?
I had set it to start and quit it out like you suggested I do, but it didn't seem to actually start anything. I didn't know. I basically left it running to hope it would actually start an update. Yeah,
I'll check on it later, and we'll see what it's doing. Anyway. Star Wars Force Awakens. You obviously are going to play through the events of the movie, which, full disclosure, I haven't seen. And it's not that I'm not a Star Wars fan. It's just any movie that gets to a certain point of hype, if I watch it, I'm going to hate it unless I give it like a lot of time for that hype to cool down.
And don't we own it? We just never got around to watching it.
Yeah, I own it on Blu-ray, and I'm going to watch it. We almost watched it tonight. The wife and I, but decided against it and watched John Wick instead. So
nice.
There you go, Lego John Wick.
Oh God!
You're giving people, golden Lego studs to sweep up the dismembered Lego pieces from every time you beat an enemy. That's it. That's the one we need to make. I will put $2 million down on the table right now. Probably Monopoly money, but you know what? They don't need to know. John Wick, get the license for John Wick Legos. Let's do it. All right. Anyway. Let's get into this. Now, I've played through according to my load screen, 9% of the game, which is, the first couple of levels that are actually movie relative. And they do mix in some backstory stuff. It kind of works like it's supposed to be bridging the gap between Return of the Jedi and now.
Right.
And the game starts you off in that battle for Endor.
I was gonna say, did you select the new game?
Did I select new game?
Yeah, prologue. There we go.
I hope I didn't select new game because that's gonna override everything I did.
I don't think so.
No, actually it will. That's what sucks. I don't want to hide too. I don't want to bore you guys with the story. I really hope I don't have to go through and just redo all that. I really didn't want to select new game. Oh well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure both of us together will be up there in no time.
When they started these games, there wasn't voice-over actors. It was all done through, it was all done through pantomime, and sometimes I miss that goofy pantomiming way they used to do stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, I always thought the pecking order of Lego games there were the games they really seemed to care about, and then there were the ones that were cash grabs. And Star Wars was a set they always cared about because it was their first.
Yeah.
Star Wars they really cared about. Lego City they really cared about. For what it was, Lego Movie they really cared about. And then there's the Harry Potter ones and the Lord of the Rings ones and the probably worst of the bunch in my opinion, Jurassic Park / Indiana Jones. And the problem with Jurassic Park was it was a great idea, but they sped through so much.
Yeah.
It was just over so fast.
I know I've missed out on more of the side series Lego games. I've kind of just the ones I've played have been basically just the Star Wars ones, and we did City as well as the movie game, which was also really good, I think. But I never played much of the Indiana Jones ones or anything like that, so I can't really say if those were good or not.
Yeah. The problem with the Indiana Jones one is that was the first time they were really trying to go off script with some of the stuff you could do. And unlike times after that, it just didn't really work. They did a remastered version of it where they changed some of the controls and such around, and it was more playable. Stormtroopers!
Comical at the start of it.
Shoot everyone!
Oh, that's...
Yeah, that's the one advantage the Wii U has for the Lego games is the split screen happens between main screen and handheld monitor. So a couple things right off the bat I noticed they've added in this game. You can press circle to, throw someone or when you're close by or do whatever kind of special attack you're building up. If you notice at the top, going around my character on the top is a gauge you can build up, and then going around the bottom is your score multiplier.
I do like the new UI. I don't think ever, actually.
Yeah, the old UI did look a little bit basic. You got the characters moving around now in it and everything else. Just, these are simple games, so anything to give it a little more of a new and graphically proper feel is always welcome. Now, one interesting thing, and we're about to see it here, is you notice how there's two different ways and directions you can build this. Yeah, there you go. Show it off.
I thought I had to go left and right.
No, you can pick which one way or the other you want to go. And what makes it interesting is, in later levels, just in the couple I've played, that becomes essential for puzzle solving. Like, you have to figure out which is the correct order. I always hate doing the jump things. I can never time the X right.
I was going to wonder,
no, you can...
You couldn't... It sends you on a specific path.
No, you can, and you can destroy those blocks and rebuild them at any time, which is annoying in some areas because they're very fragile. So you'll set it up the way you want it, try to hit an enemy, miss, hit that, and blow it away and have to rebuild it. So, be careful when you're playing. Yeah, that bounce, hitting that X at just the right time is a pain. We have a wicket. I'll save me.
Something I'm noticing right away. I feel like they're doing so much decent. Quality around characters.
Right, and I agree because it's kind of hard to keep track when your character blends in. And one thing people need to realize is our actual play screen is a 60-inch 4K TV.
And it's still having this issue.
Yeah, and we're still having a little bit of trouble cleanly making out some of our character elements, especially when we're on split screen. But that's been a problem that's plagued the Lego games, forever, because there isn't really an easy way to do two-player where you can go different spots.
Well, not even the two-player aspect of it. There's also the fact that, obviously, earlier on, or it was literally everything was more overrated. Now they've made the semi-realistic background.
Right, they have done a little bit more. No, let's bring this over to the right side first.
I kind of like that. That's the half idea of action that I'm seeing it in action.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great idea.
And also the fact that you're not stuck.
Go around the right side. Get that red brick. There you go.
That's one thing I will give. It's always fun having a game that has the classic kind of cheat codes.
Yeah, cheat codes have become something of a lost art. It is kind of depressing. Uh-oh. What's this guy gonna do with his axe? Oh my god, movie scene! They did this in the... Remember when they did this in the movie? Oh, who cares? They did the thing. Well, that's just
Actually, the only thing I'm remembering, the stupid Family Guy did, and it just crosses his skull or something.
Yeah, we're about to see another really cool element. They added a third-person shooter mode. You get by a barricade, you hit X, you have to hold down L2, and you can even earn extra studs by not getting hit and quickly dispatching of the requisite number of enemies. And you can use the left thumbstick while you've got L2 to change your aim. Yeah, they're not stingy with the achievements in this game. I'll give them that. Everybody growls and poops.
That's concentrated.
You shoot both of us. For the love of all of that. I'm pretty good at this. No, you're not. Quick, shoot everything. Take every coin. Yes, act like a hot girl who married an old man. You know, minus the crying yourself to sleep at night, because that's the only way in life you'll ever be successful.
Jesus.
What? If your only method of... Oh, you need more than one wicket. Come over here. No, you still need to be wicket. Here, I'll do it. Now, this is interesting. They're really trying to add a layer to some of what we do, but do it without being crazy. Like, I can get these guys to follow me. You know, some of my tribal members. Yeah, because you need more than one person to push this. But this way, they don't have to do something as convoluted as having another thing you build just to bring Chewbacca or somebody up here. And it makes sense for this level. I haven't...
Look, it's another thing that they did in the thing.
Uh-oh. At 209, can't go downstairs. I need the Wookiee. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, I need Wicket back. I remember Wicket runs down there and then he'll build the ladder to get you guys up. And then you get the droid. Yeah. It's been a couple days, okay? Yeah, they're still sometimes a little off pace with getting into vehicles.
Are you just mashing buttons randomly?
The dirtiest mouth character in Star Wars. They bleep every word that guy says. Yes, I know that's a bad internet joke. No, I don't care. Man, why are they bleeping everything I say? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll do it in a second. I just had to make sure we kept the thread going. Yeah, there you go. We need an astromech droid. Where are we going to get one of those?
Asteroid?
I think they made this part really easy because they, use a glowing edge to help you figure it out. Plus, there's no real penalty for screwing up. I thought there should be.
Is there a button that actually puts it down?
Automatically.
Then yeah, it's going to be really easy. Players and you stuff. Oh my god, companion cubes!
I was, a little bit back, I had mentioned in my original thought about Lego Dimension and Toy Box games like that, if they were going to add in some kind of connectability between other games and it. And it hasn't happened yet, but with the announcement that Disney's getting out of the gaming part with by getting rid of Disney Infinity because of the cost, I wouldn't be surprised if in future games that doesn't start happening. Lego Star Wars, you can hook up the portal and all of a sudden out of nowhere, you can play as Gandalf in one of these levels and you can do Jedi stuff. Because of course he'd be a Jedi. Yes, friendly fire's always been a thing in vehicles. You have to aim just right with this, especially with both of us playing the... There you go, see? You kind of hold still, you'll eventually blast it a couple times and it dies.
Scale area.
Well, it happens.
Right now, they're still.
Yeah, and watching the split screen on this, I really am beginning to get a little frustrated with poor camera control as it is, or non-existing camera control really, but especially in split screen mode, because this is just atrocious. How hard it is to keep track of your own movements. Wait for me! Kick everyone!
I feel like that you can stomp while we just summon
Stomp. Stomp. So before... So what is your favorite Star Wars game? You haven't played it.
Like Lego Star Wars?
No, any of them. You haven't played a ton.
Probably the Coach Wars. That's probably,
Yeah, that's right there in that wheelhouse for when you would have first started getting into Star Wars, let alone their games. I think it's a pretty fair bet for mine too, minus the original Lego Star Wars. Because, I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I like Star Wars. I watch, the old movies whenever I catch them. I've owned copies of them from time to time. But I'm not I'm not a Star Wars guy in terms of, I'm not a collector of merchandise. I'm not, I didn't have to see the prequel, I didn't have to see the latest sequel. But I've had a special place in my heart for these games, so I've played all of them. And I know we had mentioned on the podcast this is probably the best medium for this movie series because it's just so over the top of the movie series that it needs something kind of gimmicky and over the top to make it match for a game. Yeah, there you go. Make sure we get all the gold dumps. Well, this shouldn't end the level. Oh, well, maybe it will. Ah, well.
Not the broom. What is that?
Blasting the Death Star.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
Emperor Palpatine is old.
Like your father, are now mine.
Oh, that's funny. But like, the audio seems like unusually good for the dialogue.
It is.
I don't think it's our settings.
No, it's because I think the TV itself is back to its default audio settings because I think we lost power during one of the storms, and it doesn't seem to like to remember when I change it. I noticed that playing through the game a couple days ago, so.
Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, it just tells you we can.
Oh God!
The chair's nice, good view.
I don't care how evil you are.
Chair's nice, good view. Oh, great, and it's under the vent. Hey, don't go too far ahead. I think there's a mini kit around here.
God! This is brutal.
Yep. Well, I wanted to play through this level only because, even though it's different than how it played out in the last game, there's been a indoor level already in this franchise, so. Oh, he got shot. I'm Grumpface.
It actually be kind of like earlier on in this section, like robot arm things that run back.
Right.
If we each did one together. And
yeah, you're the Sith, so you have to use it. All right. You look all like, yeah, you look like you're about to fall over.
that's what I mean. Like it really does mean.
Get down here.
Old and dying.
I got junk.
Bam!
Oh, that's a bad. No, it did. Watch your language, young man. Look. Unlimited power.
I was gonna say full Count Dooku on him and decapitating the full saber.
That would have been awesome.
You have no power here.
Yeah, I like that they threw in some mini game options like this, just to add a little more detail and depth. It's certainly not the same over and over again platformer. Give me my dollar!
God. Oh god, what are they doing?
Give me my dollar! All of the powers he has, and he couldn't master force flight.
Is anyone?
I don't know.
This mask off.
Yeah, we definitely need to check out the audio settings.
Now
Okay.
go, my son. Leave me.
No. I've got to save you.
You already
That's
have.
like the card. Oh wow. I wonder if that's gonna get picked up.
No, I'm looking at it.
Huh?
Oh, the cards in the back.
The shield is down. Commence attack on the Death Star's main reactor.
Here goes nothing.
Whoa. You wanna pause this real quick while we finish that, or?
Alright, let's go.
Whoa. Things are happening.
I'm in the Millennium Falcon.
Whoa, this one.
Yeah, they definitely throw you to the wolves a little bit with
Some of the level.
the flights. I don't even really know what I'm controlling. I think I am the Millennium Falcon. Yep.
Yeah, you're the Falcon. I know that much, but it's just like, what am I attacking? What am I destroying? Am I doing things right?
Well, simple question. Are you still alive?
The right things.
And what's really cool is the Super Nintendo version of Return of the Jedi, or whatever it was, Super Star Wars. This was the ending sequence. You had to fly in, destroy the power conduit for the new Death Star core, and then fly out. And you were being chased by flames and other ships and going through this real in-depth maze. It was a great notion in gaming. That's definitely one that we may have to try to visit at some point in time. I think our next retro video is going to be on comic book games on the Genesis. Yep. Shoot the circles! Never mind all the laser fire going on around you. Shoot circles! You know we don't recognize squares as a shape in this house. Language! Well, yeah, you gotta get missiles. Oh no! Oh. George Lucas Special Edition explosion coming up from Michael Bay. Quick, everyone land on the planet where they can find us.
Well, most Most of them. You missed the duck. How could you?
You're wearing my clothes. This is the first time you see me with long hair. And I'm Hayden Christensen.
Remember all those kids I tried to kill?
Yeah, they're not good enough to be Force ghosts. The battle for Los Angeles. I mean, Endor.
Oh. Gold brick. Gold brick. Do it.
Gold brick. Gold brick. No. Millennium Falcon. Rebel X-Wing.
We never used a speeder pike.
I think this is showing some of the stuff I picked up in the DLC patches. Chewbacca. It's Wedge and Wicket.
Where's Biggs?
He blowed up.
Final Fantasy fans will get that reference.
Alright, so I like how they're like continue story and that's the only option you have. Like you can't even back out to the main menu there.
That Biggs. It's
There, like I've noticed there's not much you can do in the hub worlds. Like there's clearly spots where you can do things as other people, but there's no way to access them as easily as you can in other games. So
I really hope that actually picks up.
it should.
Because right now, for us, we literally can't even leave the rest of the sequence.
No, don't pause it. I'll figure it out as we go. I mean, we are in basically the hub world, so.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, this is where you can go to get to your next level. This is what's replaced the hub worlds as we've known them before. You can bring up a map and see a lot more stuff to do. So there's certainly something else that we can eventually find. I'm sure there's a spot like in Lego Batman 3 where you click a switch to access all of the characters and do switching around.
I was going to say, try volume up again. Oh, try putting lips in.
I think that's as good as we're going to get it. Yep, BB-8 can do a lot of fun stuff. Alright, well, now we're just getting into dead air and running around. So, basically, before we get too far into the story for people who haven't seen it, I just want to go ahead and say this has been Nerds at Night, our LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens episode. Uh-huh. Anyway, as always, I'm Kid Thunder DJ. Alright, good night. And if you like what we're doing, if you like laughing at us, if you think we suck, I don't care. Just like, share, and subscribe. It'll help us out. Hopefully start generating a little bit of ad rev to invest back in this thing so we can keep doing new games as well as tracking down some of the harder to find old ones, because it's actually a lot easier to record with the media than it is to try to do emulation and things like that. So if you like it, share it, subscribe it. That would help us out. Leave a comment if you want. Check out the podcast. our official site at nerdsatnight.com. Or, comment mean, nasty things. I don't care either way. It helps. So you guys have a good night.